Welcome back, my violent friends, to Battle of the Body Types. We have Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, Endless Cardio Chicano against Gregory Robocop Rodrigues. Absolute Giga Chad Brazilian destroyer. Looks like he's carved out of a slab of marble. I'm looking to full sweep this card. We've got some underrated prospect matchups on here. A lot of lightweight fights, which is going to be a lot of fun. I think we all thought this was an Apex shite night, but it's in Sacramento. It's going to have a live crowd, and I'm glad it does because actually a really violent main event here. We could see this one get extended. However, I think Robocop Rodrigues, Gregory, my guy, is going to destroy Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, who I gave way too much credit, by the way. Picking him to defeat Strickland, I really learned my lesson there because he got stonewalled with the jab of Strickland. You know, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, heavy pressure Mexican, looks to drag you into deep waters and break you. It's a very reliable style that Anthony Fluffy Hernandez has. However, against elite competition, it is harder to make that work. You know, like I said, the jab and the teep kick kept him at range, was not able to really maraud forward and put that pressure on Strickland. That was actually a really easy fight for Sean. And people don't really talk about it because Anthony Fluffy Hernandez has such a big fan base. He's relatable, you know, he swears a lot, he looks out of shape, but he's in incredible physical condition to push heavy cardio. But Gregory is a destroyer of worlds, has sort of under everyone's noses. Gregory Rodrigues actually has the most knockouts at middleweight right now amongst active fighters, which is crazy because he's a jiu-jitsu guy that joined Kill Cliff and just has slowly been turning into a methodical striker, and I like it, man. Everyone all week has been talking about Robocop like he's this untechnical dumbass who just closes his eyes, wings hook. It's not true at all. Gregory Rodrigues has a strong, impactful jab, great kicks, good body shots, everything I'm looking for in a striker, Robocop has, and low-key death touch power. I think if Sean Strickland is hurting you to the body with a little scraper knee against your weed gut, Robocop is knocking you out. I don't care what anyone says. Let's talk about Robocop. You know, Robocop known for the destructive KOs. Took Jack Hermansson's soul when Joe Pyfer couldn't. It's all good. Had just an insane war with Chidi and Jaquani where he got a unibrow put in, a nasty cut that he pushed through. Incredible grit, incredible heart from Robocop. You do really have to switch him off by KO. And I know we've seen that once or twice now where he's been getting rocked and wobbled, but unless you separate him out cold and send him to the Shadow Realm, Robocop battles back through hell. The only man to knock out the Iron Turtle. I put major respect on that. Took out Jung-Yong Park in epic fashion. Was he knocked out unconscious with a single punch by Bruno Ferreira, who is basically just a jacked bantamweight, big muscle mutant? Little roid hamster, yes. However, Robocop got that shit back in blood, okay? That's his most recent knockout win. The first punch he throws in the bout, how can you call Robocop an untechnical bruiser? He is actually a fucking sharpshooter. I think he gets this done over Fluffy by comeback KO. We know there's a bit of comeback gene in Robocop. We've seen it before, against the Iron Turtle, against Chidi and Jaquani. He will be losing on the feet because he is quite slow. Robocop is very big for the division. I mean, look at him. Shredded, tall, looks 57. Would you believe he's 34? Only 2 years older than Fluffy. So let's talk about Fluffy, by the way. Fluffy, what are we getting with Fluffy Hernandez here? Well, you're getting an undersized middleweight who pushes a nightmare cardio pace with takedown spam. The middleweight Marab, he's ultra violent in those later rounds, likes to exhaust guys, torture them. And the way I like to think about Fluffy is he is a cardio raid boss. If you are a bottom feeder at middleweight, you are going to get exhausted and taken out. Fluffy kind of got famous for taking on Rodolfo Vieira in his debut in the Apex, and Joe Rogan literally just googly-eyed, freaking out because he's seeing a jiu-jitsu Ace get taken out by Fluffy in like this incredible comeback submission. That is propaganda. Like, that tricked everybody into thinking Anthony Fluffy Hernandez was this wizard on the ground. It's not true whatsoever. He's been submitted in the UFC before. You can manipulate him. He's not Chimaev. It's a completely different style of grappling. Rodolfo Vieira is terrible. He is roided up. He has no cardio. Do not even begin to compare him with RoboCop. They are night and day. RoboCop is banging it out with Jared Cannonier. Yes, he kind of gassed out and got taken out in the 4th or 5th round, yes, but that's Jared Cannonier, who beat Strickland, by the way, so that is a forgivable loss of RoboCop. That's his last loss, and I'm willing to sort of look past it. Like, do not even begin to compare RoboCop to Rodolfo Vieira. That makes me sick. So how do I think this fight goes? I think Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, he has one method of victory, man. It's come out, it's pushed that ferocious pace, weather an early storm of his opponent, gas them out, and defeat them when they're gassed. And I think RoboCop is going to find a brutal finish before that happens. Body shot destruction, man, hunting that chin. He's just a kill cliff giga Chad, man. He's gonna get this one done. He has that jiu-jitsu experience to not get fully mogged on the ground. To win this fight, Fluffy needs 0 mistakes because RoboCop hits like a damn heavyweight, man. So I feel better about a RoboCop pick. Anthony Hernandez, stock is the lowest it's ever been, in my opinion. He's hate maxing out there. He's either high or just pissed off. Those are the two personality types of Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. I don't feel good about picking him anymore, man. He's a weak-bodied pothead. Yes, he's training with Strickland now. It's sort of crafty to like train with a former opponent who has a victory over you. I do admit that. I think RoboCop has put in a nice body of work, and he's ready for top 5, man. So I'm going to go Gregory RoboCop by comeback KO. I think you're going to see Fluffy have one good round of sort of pushing Gregory around, roughing him up, and then the tides are gonna turn. You're gonna see RoboCop flip a switch, get violent when he needs to be. Other than takedown spam here, guys, what does Fluffy have for RoboCop? Look at their body types, look at their physiques. I know muscle doesn't win fights. Obviously, I know this, but people are just really painting Gregory RoboCop in a bad light and saying he's just this muscled up dumbass. No, he's quite technical. He's quite methodical. He has powerful jiu-jitsu, a really good, well-rounded game. I'm going Gregory RoboCop. I don't want to hear it. This is not a spite-based pick. I'm recognizing that I overvalued Anthony Hernandez against Strickland. It is what it is. I gave him too much credit. I'm going RoboCop by comeback KO. I'll say 2nd round destruction for Rodrigues. The Polar Bear Sergey Spivak, Vitor Petrino, random ass matchup at heavyweight. Vitor Petrino, I know it's hard to get on board with him after a competitive little banger with Steven Asplund, who we all love. You know, the Ass Plunderer Army, the Brest Express, the Heavyweight Holloway. We love Steven Asplund, but Vitor Petrino, come on, man. Very, very low volume. I don't like that. We'll see how he performs here. However, I'm seeing a lot of, like, all of a sudden, Sergey Spivak supporters. He has been the easiest guy to finish at heavyweight. Like, I'm serious. One power punch and Spivak goes down. We've seen it all before. Yes, he pancaked Derek Lewis. That's not going to happen here with Vitrino. Vitrino has BJJ. He has judo. And he's got that death touch at heavyweight, man. I know we haven't seen it yet because he fought Asplund, who has an iron chin. But Vitor Petrino throws with conviction. He throws with power. Sergey Spivak showed great evolution in his last fight against Ante Delija, who is also, like, looks 57. He looks like Nick Diaz's dad. He looks so old and rigid in that fight. And it sort of allowed Sergey Spivak to come across as this, like, look at this new and improved boxing from Sergey Spivak. I don't buy that at all. I could see him getting bombed out here. He's not durable. He cries during the walkout. I'm sorry. There's something wrong with Sergey Spivak. He's an emotional guy. He's soft. Like, they're clinging to that last fight against Ante de Liha. I don't really see it. That's a PFL guy. Yes, Vitor Petrino is sort of a light heavyweight reject. I think he's pretty good, man. I think he's got death touch power in this division. I mean, look at the physique change. He's a brick shithouse now. I don't even think SPIVAC will take him down. I think SPIVAC is going to get stuck on the feet here, and it's going to allow Vitor Petrino to kickbox effectively. Yes, Vitor Petrino is an absolute bonehead who can't be trusted. In elite fights, I don't even think SPIVAC is really elite, man. He's just sort of a heavyweight floater. Maybe I eat my words here. I'm gonna go Petrino by decision. Now that he's heavyweight and absolutely fucking massive, he is way too low volume for my liking. So I'll go Vitor Petrino by decision. As you can tell, I'm not a Sergey Spivak believer by any means. He's sort of powerless. I'm going to go Vitor Petrino. More promise, more knockout power, as long as the anti-grappling holds up and he doesn't get guillotined by Anthony Smith in round 1. How did that even happen? So Vitor Petrino, you got to wipe that away. That's why he's going to win. You know that? Because when you lose to Anthony Smith by guillotine choke on live television, you have a lot of ground to make up. So we're going to get Vitor Petrino at his best. I'm going to go by decision. I think he's going to fuck up Sergey Spivak every round, but fail to actually find that KO. He'll probably get taken down once or twice, but we'll see. Vitor Petrino by decision here. Moving on, lightweight banger, Mason Jones. Anvil-headed Welshman. Violent hybrid, has it all, has a ground game, has phenomenal striking. Great in the pocket. Banger Mason Jones. Really flexible kicks. Doesn't look like it. Mason Jones, very flexible guy. The kickboxing is peak. You have to tune into Mason Jones or you're casual. Markel Medeiros, though, man. He's been a lightweight dark horse in the making. Okay, Factory X Muay Thai, he's going to be their guy. They've got Yusuf Zalal, they've got Anthony Smith. They're looking for their world beater out of Factory X Muay Thai, and I think it's Markel Medeiros. I think he is their their only superstar prospect. Look, he got through Chris Padilla, man. That was supposed to be a unanimous decision loss. He's so good, he made it a draw. He's so good, he fucked with the judges' heads enough, causing damage to Chris Padilla with those short Muay Thai elbows, cutting up Chris Padilla. He got himself back into that fight, and I put massive respect on that. Markel Medeiros doesn't really have the name value yet. I recognize that. He absolutely starched a guy trying to grapple fuck him on the Contender Series. I've had my eye on both these guys, man, and I'm not going to get suckered into the bangers that Mason Jones has given us over Axel Sola. That fight made me cream. Mason Jones 101. Undersized, taking on a former welterweight, this French kickboxer, Axel Sola. Mason Jones eats a fucking spinning elbow straight to the dome, comes back in the later rounds. Absolute violence. So it's easy to pick Mason Jones here, man. I'm not going to do it. I'm picking Markel Medeiros because I like the style matchup. He's going to get the opponent he wants here in Mason Jones. A hittable guy, a well-rounded guy, a guy who likes to brawl. We just saw Markel Medeiros get through Chris Padilla. I know it was a draw, guys. I know he should have lost a decision. Mason Jones, what are you doing fighting Markel Medeiros, who could go on to be a lightweight dark horse? Just wait for your Beneil Dariush matchup, my guy. Why are you fighting one of the most hungry lightweights? I know this is what the ranked lightweight contenders do. They protect their ranking. They fight once a year. Gamrot is the only one who's an active ranked contender. They're all pussies. So Mason Jones is forced to fight another hungry contender, man. And I think Markel Medeiros is sneaky good in this matchup. He's got great footwork. I don't think Mason Jones can break Markel Medeiros. Medeiros has really, really good athleticism. Very close fight. I feel better about Medeiros. I'm going Medeiros by another close decision where I think he'll get the nod. I think he'll get the nod on visible damage over Jones, man. Jones takes damage every fight. Medeiros doesn't. If you've seen Medeiros fight, he's a slick cat. He moves really, really good. So I'm going to go Markel Medeiros by decision. It's taco time. Chris Padilla is back against a great opponent. Mason Jones, take notes. Nasrat Haqparast, 10 months out after being schlepped by Quillan Salkilde. And I'm just going to say this. No more wins for Nasrat Haqparast. I think your career's done, man. After you take a power head kick and go out cold, face plant like that, you have just began your Tony Ferguson arc. You have begun like the too much damage, the no return MMA fighter storyline. You are done, Nasrat. And I know you've had some sneaky good wins in your career. You are a lightweight Gastelum with that, you know, weird ass physique, you know, your long gangly arms that give you good boxing. You're all titted up, like weird build, man. Nasrat's always been just a little freak show kid. His career's over though. Even against Esteban Ribovics, he should have been finished like every round. I don't know how he won that fight. Scraped by the skin of his teeth. Nearly got head kick KO'd in that fight. If you watch Esteban Ribovics, Nasrat Haqparast, he is doing the chicken dance in round 3. Almost gets KO'd by a head kick again. That is his kryptonite. He can't defend against them. Chris Padilla by head kick KO? Is that really wishful thinking here? Because Chris Padilla, man, let's get into it. Expert defense, composed, no critical errors. Chris Padilla is a bulwark in there. It's a non-aggressive Muay Thai, okay? It's low volume. Chris Padilla just sort of walks at you, looks at you, and just deflects every single thing you have for him. Chris Padilla is a striking maestro at lightweight. I just want him to get more active, man, because we all love watching Chris Padilla, but I'm sort of getting tired of just, like, when I break this guy down, all I can talk about is the elbow KO over Rongju. Like, I want another finish from Chris Padilla, man, and I think he'll find that here over Nasrat, whose kryptonite is the head kick. Chris Padilla has nasty kicks, okay? Very fast kicks, good Muay Thai. He can take this fight a lot of directions here. Chris Padilla can break down the legs of the boxing approach of Nasrat, who really just comes forward and looks to pocket brawl. I mean, Nasrat, I think he trains with Faraz still. I don't know what kind of version we're getting of Nasrat here, but I do know that he's on his Tony Ferguson arc, okay? He's coming off that Quillan Salkilde head kick. Their parents own a bakery. Boom, head kick lands, career over for Nasrat. Those are the type of knockouts you don't recover from. So Chris Padilla, KO, please. I know he's probably just gonna, like, do what he usually does and gives us, like, a methodical decision, like Chris Padilla just, like, expertly defending everything like a sensei. I want to finish, man. Taco, give me a knockout. We want to see you get some aura, get some momentum in this lightweight division. Great prospect. Made my prospects tier list. I think I did put him D tier. Look, there were a lot of demons on that tier list, but he did make the cut. I'll give him that. I'll say Chris Padilla gets a KO. Break his legs apart, break his body apart, and then find his chin in the later rounds with a head kick around the guard. I'm going Chris Padilla by KO over Nasrat Haqparast. The return of the Dutch plot armor, the Flying Dutchman, the Dutch kickboxing, Reinier de Ridder against Roman Dolidze, Georgian mutant. Mr. Steelio Girl, we haven't forgot Roman Dolidze. Easy peasy 205 debut for Reinier de Ridder. Roman Dolidze isn't even like a solidified, proven 205er. Bro's only win is Anthony Smith on like short notice, so forget it. This is an easy decision win for Reinier de Ridder. I don't think he should go to grappling here, even though his jiu-jitsu can kind of rival Roman Dolidze. Roman Dolidze, fluke artist, man. He has fluke ability, so I am a little worried with like every Roman Dolidze fight. Like, we've seen the calf slicer performance on Jack Hermanson. That shit is straight magic. However, RDR is intelligent enough to just like competitively kickbox here and just school Roman Dolidze on the feet. Like, take a page out of the book of Nasruddin Imavov. Just literally pop him with a jab, a 1-2, keep your range, keep your space. Don't even go into the clinch unless you're in the driver's seat. Roman Dolidze has like okay cardio. He has like good bruiser cardio. We've seen that against Nasruddin Imavov going into the later rounds with him. He can grit through damage, Roman Dolidze is a tough-ass Georgian son of a bitch. Like, do not give him the fight he wants. RDR, please play technique here. You are going to be reborn at 205. He looks so healthy, man. Like, I am happy for him to finally move up in weight class, but, like, we have to call a spade a spade. You were an absolute weight bully, cutting to 185 5 times a year. Yeah, you absolutely deserve that downfall to Brendan Allen in hindsight. Like, RDR tried to get away with it, man. He tried to get all the way to the 185-pound title, cutting like crazy, destroying his body, so he had to take a long layoff. He finally looks healthy and happy on the scales. What that tells me is he's going to have a healthy mindset, okay? His body isn't going to break and fall apart here. We're going to get a good version of Rainer de Ridder, 100%, and that's enough to beat Roman Dolidze, so I think RDR is smart enough not to play with fire here and go into like just shitty, greasy BJJ positions with Roman Dolidze, who is like an 80cc monster. Like, I'm pretty sure Roman Dolidze has destroyed a ton of guys in grappling tournaments, so how about we just keep this one on the feet? De Ridder, please. I mean, you beat Rob Whittaker on the feet. It was close. It was a really close one, and you were sort of weight bullying and frame mogging him at 185, but please just keep this one on the feet and pick apart Roman Dolidze for me. RDR by decision. Bloodline MMA's own Larian Douglas, the gunslinger, man. Excited that he's doing the fast track. Excited how active Larian Douglas is, because he has some finished losses on the regional scene, man, and the quickest way to sort of wipe that away is just to get going in the UFC. I love the activity from Larian Douglas, taking on Jamal Emmers, who isn't really active at all. It feels like Jamal Emmers has been in the UFC for like 10 years and still hasn't cracked those rankings, man. So I have no reason to believe he's going to go on a run now. We know Jamal Emmers is breakable. He hates power strikers. Even Giga Chikadze made this guy back down. Nate Landwehr finished him, sort of knocked him out with the back of the head shot, but we've seen him knocked out before. He hates power. He likes a technical fight. He loves a Corey Sandhagen, who he defeated, by the way, in the LFA or in like the World Series of Fighting. Jamal Emmers is like low-key Corey Sandhagen's dad. That's like the matchup that like nobody talks about. That one's lost to time. Corey Sandhagen's cursed featherweight career. We don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to go Larian Douglas by KO here. It's pretty much written already. I mean, he has Cub Swanson in his corner. That is sort of cheat codes. I mean, not that that's like a free win, but Cub Swanson was a long-time featherweight. That is exactly who you want as your head coach, man. A guy who's done what you're going to do. Go on a run in your same division. I like Larian Douglas, man. I do think he will get taken out by the more high-profile finishers at featherweight, like your Kevin Vallejoses, your Gene Silvas, your Diego Lopez's. Lopez might be moving to 155, though, so pause on that. But Larian Douglas is going to cruise through the unranked featherweight names, and it all starts here with knocking out Jamal Emmers. Anthony Wint versus Terrence Chapman. Good God. Terrence Chapman, 4-ounce Fight Club, blob out of Houston, Texas. He's clearly been eating a lot of Texas cuisine, fast food, doesn't look like a dedicated, shredded martial artist like Anthony Wint here. Anthony Wint is a former footballer who joined Killcliff FC and he's putting in the work, man. He's a muscle mutant power wrestler. It's hard to really gauge how he's going to look. Just fucking trucked through like a raging bull his opponent on the Contender Series, man. Instantly destroyed him with ground and pound. I like that he comes from Killcliff FC. And Anthony Wint could become something, man. I really hope Henry Hooft is like his main guy. Like, I know Killcliff has a bunch of coaches. I hope Henry Hooft is the one to like take the reins and turn Anthony Wint into something, grow him from the ground up, because then we could have a really like nasty heavyweight prospect on our hands here. But Anthony Wint by absolute destruction. Don't believe me, the heavyweight division is dead. Terrence Chapman is a can. Terrence Chapman just beat an 8-20 opponent, and he's in the UFC. In any other division, that would be laughed at. The heavyweight division is the worst it's ever been. It's completely dead. They need more and more prospects, guys. That is why prospects get the rapid rise. Like, it's not just Josh Hokett, it's any new heavyweight prospect. They are going to get this kind of treatment. They're going to get to smash up on no-name regional prospects. I like Anthony Wint, though. I think he can become something. He's very short for heavyweight, but absolute muscle mutant, and I've seen some interviews of him. It looks like a really humble guy, so hopefully ego doesn't take over. He's a former footballer. Hopefully doesn't have early CTE from all those collisions, and can go on to become an absolute marauder. Up next, we have the African Savage, please don't cancel me, that is his fight nickname, against Shamil Gaziev, the Great Repulsive Return. Now, I'm gonna go Shamil Gaziev, hear me out, this is not a troll pick. Shamil Gaziev now is on half speed, has horrible footwork, he's absolutely giant, he cuts to heavyweight. I feel like people don't know this. Shamil Gaziev's walk-around weight is over 300 pounds. Kennedy NZECHUKWU used to be a 205er. He's quite skinny, he's quite easy to manipulate in the clinch, and I don't think he has a ground game. You know, Walter Walker took him down, heel hooked him. Shamil Gaziev, I'd like you to shoot takedowns, brother. I know it probably gasses you out in 30 seconds. However, you have a putrid aura, okay? You look like an overweight Bane, okay? You look like Urgot. You need to take down Kennedy NZECHUKWU and get a free win for yourself, because you are blob maxing, you are mass maxing. Kennedy NZECHUKWU is the longer rangier, better striker here. He does have sort of a John Jones reach to work with. He's out of Fortis MMA, which I like, but Kennedy NZECHUKWU has been too easily to manipulate. He's had guys take the backpack position, keep him there. They've had guys out wrestle him. He has sort of a phantom chin as well. Da-Un Young, Dustin Jacoby, they've been able to like lightly graze the chin of Kennedy and buzz him. So I think this is a get back. Don't call it a comeback. This is the title walk for Shamil Gaziev. I'm gonna go Shamil Gaziev by ground and pound TKO stoppage over Kennedy. Marcio Barbosa over Ryan KUSE. Ryan KUSE he looks like the violent Peter Dinklage. Okay, I don't trust this guy one bit. He looks powerless. He's coming off... The only thing I've seen of him, if you are going to a unanimous decision over Kevin Natividad, who was unable to get a UFC victory, and you are going to a decision with him, that tells me you're powerless. Okay, that tells me you're just a little scrapper, just having little fun fights. He is busy. He has good work rate, good volume, good pace, good pressure. But Marcio Barbosa, the firepower diff here is going to be absolutely insane. He's going to make a highlight out of Ryan KUSE, who is still regional level. Meanwhile, Marcio Barbosa is like the new John Lineker, dude. Just hands of stone, hook merchant. Only throws hooks in the pocket. Probably won't ever smell a UFC title, but will make it close at featherweight. Marcio Barbosa, check out some regional highlights as well. This guy is a demolisher. Put bazookas on the chin of Dennis Bazookia. He's going to blow up this regional prospect. This doesn't even deserve a breakdown. Marcio Barbosa by first round KO. G-Money Gage Young, one of my favorite lightweight prospects. Gage Young taking on Stan Dorsainvil. Dorsal fin. Gage Young's getting this down. I don't want to hear it. Gage Young had a close one with Thiago Moises when Moises is kind of done and washed. Was really never anything. Got destroyed by Benoit Saint Denis. Knocked out by Jared Gordon, but took Makhachev to a fourth round. All good. Gage Young almost threw that fight away. Like TikTok dancing over him, refusing to go into the guard. Just really weird, like juvenile optics from Gage Young. But however, volume striker, really, really good. I love the calf kicks of Gage Young. Great boxing combos, good work rate. Gave Quillen Salkilled a really fun battle on the Contender Series. Go watch that battle on the Contender Series if you haven't seen it. He does push Quillen a lot in that fight. Quillen had to go to grappling, had to go to takedown spam. On the feet, it was competitive. He had to deal with the kicking game of Quillen, a taller fighter just slamming kicks. Gage Young didn't like it. He likes to play the boxing game. I think he'll get a decision win here over Stan, which is, I think this has to be the first Stan in the UFC. There's no way there has been a Stan in the UFC before. I refuse to believe it. I'm gonna look that up right now. We're gonna go Gage Young by decision. Okay, he's a workhorse. He's a gamer. Tidy hands from Gage Young. He is sort of powerless. Low finish rate. Does get hauled around by bigger men, but Gage Young, I think, is going to go far. at lightweight, just due to his work rate. He's had some tough opponents already. Evan Elder, who was a great lightweight prospect, who just dropped off the face of the earth. I don't know where he's at. But yeah, man, I like the Quill and Sow Kill battle. Gage Young, for the short amount of time he's been here, he's quite battle-tested. So I'm going to go Gage Young by decision over Stan Dorsalfin, who's in on short notice here. He is a freak athlete. He's ripped, he's shredded, he's got great athleticism, but we need to see him go to work in the UFC cage. Gage Young, the more proven athlete. I'm going to go Gage Young by yet another decision win. Up next, let's keep it real, guys. Jackson McVeigh, Wes Schultz, the most majestic motherfuckers in the UFC. If these two guys wanted to be ring boys and walk around holding the cards, I wouldn't have a problem with it, okay? This is Battle of the Majestic here. Fun little aggro grapplers. This one's going to be over quick. Jackson McVeigh, out of the MMA Lab, all first-round finishes. I think this one plays in Wes Schultz's favor. He seems to be the more creative grappler. Got a Suluev stretch on the Contender Series. That is awesome. Out of Pura Vida MMA. Wes Schultz, I like, actually. Party time Wes Schultz has been thrown to the wolves to Damian Penis, who we predicted who would knock him out in the first round. That's obviously what happened. Penis don't play. Wes Schultz absolutely fucking... I mean, both guys thrown to the wolves. Damian Penis destroyed Wes Schultz with like one KO punch. Jackson McVeigh had to fight Bruno Ferreira in his UFC debut on short notice. Crazy. However, I'm gonna go Wes Schultz. If you guys don't know, Wes Schultz submitted Jackson McVeigh as an amateur already by armbar in round 1. It seems like Jackson McVeigh's game plays right into Wes Schultz, you know, with the early aggro grappling. I'm gonna go Wes Schultz, becoming getting the most majestic motherfucker belt in this battle. I'm gonna go Wes Schultz, man, to win by yet another round 1 submission over Jackson McVeigh. Chanel Dyer out of the UK against Elise Reed. Okay, Elise Reed's still in the UFC. Okay, so pure cannon fodder here. If you guys don't know, Elise Reed is just sort of who they bring in to make women look violent. I mean, Lupe Godinez ragdolled her and pieced her up and had me thinking that she was like the female Khabib. Denise Gomez one-punch KO'd this bitch. Like, Elise Reed, guys, is cannon fodder in the UFC. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there are a few careers out here in the UFC. Like, your only purpose is to make other fighters look violent and look dangerous and start to build a highlight reel. So, like, nothing about your game I appreciate. Not the stand-up, not your cornermen, not how you behave in the corner, just going like, yep, I know everything while I get my ass beat. Yep, like, fucking annoying as fuck. Chanel Dyer is amazing. Out of Great Britain, top team, phenomenal amateur career. Plenty of amateur titles. Pretty sure she's been fighting and kickboxing since she was really, really young. So this is a long time coming for Chanel Dyer. Really good, clean stand-up, clean kickboxing. The great Ravina Oliveira was swinging bombs at her, and Chanel Dyer was just deflecting all that shit. Cool, calm, collected, going to piece the fuck up out of Elise Reed. Violent TKO because Reed's terrible. We're going to go Chanel Dyer by... You know what? I'm going to say getting her first submission. I'm actually going to get you guys big plus money. Chanel Dyer by her first submission because Elise Reed is an absolute white belt, doesn't know how to wrestle, doesn't know a single position in jiu-jitsu at all, and Chanel Dyer has submissions on her amateur record. So I am the king of predicting women's MMA. So I am going to go Chanel Dyer by getting her first submission win here on these opening prelims. And that is UFC Sacramento. Other news in the MMA world, I witnessed the absolute destruction of Namo Fazil on the Contender Series. My thoughts on him, big mouthy trash talker. I don't know why people take this route. Like, earn your stripes in the UFC first and then get talking that trash. Namo Fazil, definitely one of the biggest, like, when trash talk go wrong type moments ever. Kiss your career goodbye. As predicted, Yair Rodrigues has pulled out of UFC Noche, the event that was literally fucking tailor-made for him. He just can't help but get injured and pull out of. So, Yair Rodrigues realistically should be cut. I'm sort of tired of it. All of these announcements that he just can't show up to, all of these privileged main events, pay-per-view appearances, gimme matchups like that bullshit over Patricio Pitbull. It's despicable, man. Yair Rodrigues So he won't be cut because he has plot armor. He's literally a plant. Like, the UFC just loves Yair Rodrigues. He's their profitable little Mexican. All good. Yair, you were already on thin ice. We're done with you. You're getting sacrificed to Kevin Vallejos. Enough said. I've been hearing rumors that Vallejos is rumored to be fighting Lerone Murphy, actually, on the Abu Dhabi card. That might actually be confirmed. I'm going to take off. Going to go check Big Marcel for an official announcement on that. But I've fucking had it with Yair Rodrigues. Sacrifice him to Kevin Vallejos. I need to see him starched on the world stage. As always, thank you guys for watching, tapping into predictions like hardcores. And I'll see you all real soon.